what's your name?
So what's going to happen if I don't give you my name?
Then you can be under arrest.
If you are going to threaten us with physical violence, you better make sure you're willing to go all the way, because I am.
The way the law works is if the law doesn't say you can't do it, then you can do it.
If you want to lock people up for not breaking laws,
all men are created equal is the idea that if it is wrong for one man to commit an act, it is wrong for all men to commit that act. Too often, members of our government exclude themselves from the ranks of equal men referenced by Thomas Jefferson when he said. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, to the Hendry channel, to the Craig Hendry channel. We have got unfortunate news for you tonight. It pains me to bring you the information that the state of Indiana has proceeded to file a paper that instructs all law enforcement in the state of Indiana to apprehend me by any means necessary in order to stuff me in a concrete cage until they see fit to let me out. Now, I want to break this down. I have got a stalking case, a stalking charge out of Vermilion County. It's bogus. I am not guilty. They know this. The process is the punishment. Since I have picked up that charge, and it was October of 2023, I haven't gotten charged with anything else until just recently. Just recently, I was charged with the 25-foot law in Indiana, which is a very unique law. It goes further than Arizona's 7-foot law, but it doesn't expressly forbid press. It expressly forbids anybody from entering within a 25-foot radius of a police officer or their car. It's a very confusing statute. But either way, I was charged with that. And on top of that, they charged me with obstruction of justice and or resisting and or interfering, which is a Class A misdemeanor. Now, me and Tyler are in possession of the footage, of course. We have not distributed that to the public thus far. Tyler is the one running this stream tonight. And at this point in time, we want to show you what we're talking about with the 25-foot law incident. We're going to show you from start to finish. It's an open case. I can't speak on it too much. If you see anybody in the chat that is a authority on, well, not an authority, but if they are familiar with the First Amendment, if they are maybe an activist themselves, maybe we'll look into bringing them up here. But for now, if you could share your screen, if you could share with the people watching the 25-foot incident where they charged me with 25 feet, you'll be able to see what the cops do. You're going to want to pay attention to what they do, and you're going to want to pay attention to what they do exactly after they say they're going to charge me. Now, this is Google Drive, if I'm correct. It might be a little bit choppy. Everything is still going to be here. Tyler's working on the footage himself. And I want to preface this by saying, people, I actually want to preface it before we go into it. Tyler, if you put me back, I want to tell everybody that I am in danger right now. But I want to tell you, just as my intro suggests, I am willing to go all the way. Now, as most people know, I have a young family. I'm a young man myself, and my family is in danger by merely being around me. And because of that, I am going to announce a hard position on turning myself into the Vermilion County Jail that I have warrants out of tomorrow. And I want to make that commitment because I want everybody to understand by turning myself in, I'm not saying that what I think they're doing is right. I am merely protecting my family because I do not want to put them at risk of armed thugs breaking into their house looking for me when in reality I'm not there. And so that thought is very scary to me. And in order to avoid that, I'm going to hand myself over to these terrorists. Now, that being said, Tyler, if you would play the 25-foot incident, this is the raw footage. It's completely uncut. Tyler's going to play it. I'm going to get off the screen, and we're going to let you see what happened. And like I say, this is Google Drive, so it's going to be a bit choppy.
25 feet away. Okay, and I'm going to tell you to do your job. Don't worry about me. Wow, dude. You're a real prick. Stay 25 feet away from me. Is the stop still going? Is the stop still going? Are my lights still on? Nobody's in that car. We just stopped here.
Let me look over here, see the birds. Give him one of these.
This shit is crazy, man. He's like, stay 25 feet back. And the whole time he's done with the stop.
Fucking pig. As soon as that law passed, bro, they run with it.
Yeah.
They know.
They want to arrest me.
They do.
Yeah, they definitely do.
That's the same guy that went to Lincoln, man.
Oh, yeah?
That's the same guy that was at the restaurant in Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the same car.
Hey, bro, will you stay with him?
Yeah.
Go grab the flashlight.
So for anybody new to the stream, this video that we're watching right now is footage from the incident. Tyler, you can keep it going. But this is footage from the incident in which the state of Indiana charged me with interfering, obstructing, or resisting a law enforcement officer. So you can make your own judgment from this raw footage as to whether that was happening in this case.
Oh man, he is not happy about this. I just gotta see. I think there's somebody in the passenger seat.
There is, bro. I saw him.
You see him?
I did see him.
I don't know if they're the suspect though, or if it's another police officer.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell.
couldn't tell.
It really could be a suspect, considering that there is a car there, but we don't know what's going on.
Again, for anybody that's new, this is video footage, raw video footage from, I believe, May 14th, 2024, when the cop in this vehicle charged me with obstruction in some capacity or interfering or something of this sort.
Safety issue. I'm asking you to stop.
What's the safety issue?
Shining a light in my eyes.
Can you take the light out of my eyes?
No, you can leave the traffic stop. I'm doing that for a particular purpose.
What purpose?
It's none of your business. But I'm
So is
telling
it
you,
against the law for me to shine it in your eyes?
I'm telling you, you're interfering with my traffic stop, and I'm going to forward it to the prosecutor, and we'll see if he thinks it's against the law for you obstructing.
What are you gonna do if I shine the light in your view?
I'm telling you to stop.
What are you gonna do? Are you threatening me with arrest? I'd like due warning, you stupid pig.
Wouldn't have any problem sticking a light in our faces.
No, he doesn't have no problem with that. He says he's gonna forward it to the prosecutor. That shit's dead on arrival. Forward it to him. You wanna make threats to me, punk? It's a safety issue.
Oh my god!
How ridiculous.
Such a fucking crybaby bitch.
He is. His mama raised a little bitch.
Oh yeah.
His mama raised a little crybaby, bareback bitch.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's unfortunate, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, I want everybody to understand, I don't like to have to say it like that.
Dude couldn't call himself a man. Not with confidence, anyways.
He couldn't call himself a man in a million years. He ain't got a man in his family.
Oh man.
So as you can see, we've got 4 minutes left of this. And I want to tell everybody, this is the video right here of the incident that has gotten the Vermilion County judge, the special judge, Hunter Reese. He revoked my bond out of Vermilion County on a felony stalking charge. And this is going to put me in jail until August 13th if the state gets their way.
Harass and extort everybody, don't they?
Oh yeah.
They hate that.
It's their kryptonite.
Man.
What we got here?
What's going on?
I think it's just some truck coming.
Okay.
Thought maybe it might have been another pig, but
Yeah.
oh, it's a tow truck. That's what's going on. Fucking pig.
There's really no safety issue. You're just being a little bitch tonight.
You have to stay 25 feet away from my investigation.
Aren't I 25 feet back?
Huh? I'll get my
All right.
right there where you are now. You are 21 feet.
All right. So let's meet
You were warned.
Show me where we are.
So
Show me where we have to be.
you were warned. Person problem. You were warned. I'll file charge with the prosecutor's office.
Hell yeah. Just added my name to the lawsuit too, I guess.
I guess so.
This is gonna piss him off.
I'm going to send it to the prosecutor's office. I'm going to send it to the prosecutor's office.
Good luck.
He was interfering right before I left. Right before I pulled away. You are such a crybaby. bitch, dude. Your mama should have smacked the shit out of you more often. Maybe she wouldn't raise such a bitch. Grow a spine, you miserable swine.
So that was the video that got me charged with a Class A misdemeanor and a Class C misdemeanor in Greene County, Indiana. Now, the misdemeanors were resisting arrest, something like that. That was the charge, and I kid you not. The other charge is encroaching within 25 feet of a law enforcement investigation. Now, I want to make something very clear to everybody. That was filed in an attempt to get my bond revoked in the felony case in Vermilion County. That has succeeded. My bond is revoked. A warrant has been issued for my arrest. And I certainly will be turning myself in. Unfortunately, I will hate to do it. It'll be one of the most hardest things. It will be one of the hardest things I have ever done in my life, separating myself willingly from these people. But of course, I do it under the threat of arrest. I do it to protect my family. Now, there was another charge filed on me, and I want to bring it to everybody's attention as well. I spoke at a Linton City Council meeting and was charged for the contents of that speech. Tyler, can we get that up on the screen? Can you take me completely off the screen, and we'll just watch this for the 6 minutes or so that we've got it up, and then we'll bring some more stuff to these people's attention. The video you're about to see has gotten me charged with a Class B misdemeanor, maximum of 180 days in jail, also out of Greene County, Indiana. So Tyler's going to get that up for us, and we'll look forward to seeing that then. This is absolutely disturbing, everybody. Tyler, if you could take me completely off, if you could do that in some way.
Action of people in the city of Linton. They're oftentimes not heard, but are still real people nonetheless. They have families and loved ones. I'm here to speak about what's written on the side of our police cruisers here in town, that is to protect and serve. On July 26, 2022, in Linton, Indiana, armed thugs showed up at my home when I was not there. They kicked in the door and searched my house looking for me. Not having any luck when they couldn't locate me, they left.
Sir, what was your name? I didn't catch it.
My name is Craig.
Craig?
Yes.
Last name?
It's Hendry.
Could you,
Hendry.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
No problem. Shortly after I returned home around midnight that night, the aggressors returned as well. They banged loudly on my door and demanded that I allow them entry. They threatened to break into my home if I did not comply with their demands. When I opened the door, I was kidnapped by them and hauled to a concrete cage where they kept me against my will for a period of 45 days. Who were these disrespectful thugs that did this to me, my family, and our property, you may ask? It was none other than the Linton Police Department. They told me the reason that they did this, the reason that they were protecting and serving the absolute crap out of me on this particular occasion was because I had sold cannabis, a plant that grows from the ground, to consenting adults almost a year earlier. Right? Obviously a good reason to break into somebody's home. Not. They told me that the Linton PD's actions demonstrate the extreme need to abolish this entire department. Right? When the local police are not wandering around aimlessly, spending taxpayer dollars on gas, creating wear and tear on the vehicles that we've paid for, and all the while collecting a generous salary at the expense of the taxpayers, when they are not doing this, it seems they are dead set on terrorizing those of the community that seem to be undesirable to them. Of course, we know that the Linton City Council won't abolish these useless and dangerous tax leeches because they seem to fall into that same category. But to the council members' benefit, they don't personally go out and extort the community through traffic tickets or terrorize them under the color of law. But to the council members' detriment, nobody has advocated that we rid ourselves of this poison that uses taxpayer money to harass taxpayers. In closing this, I will quote the great Thomas Jefferson. He said, quote, "Fellow citizens, a wise and frugal government which shall restrain men from injuring one another shall leave them otherwise free to regulate their own affairs." Sorry, let me get this right. Their own pursuits of industry and improvement, and shall not take from the mouth of labor the bread it has earned. This is the sum of good government, unquote. We can see that in Jefferson's estimation,
Linton has become a bad government, as it is hard to conceive how their actions of destroying my property, kidnapping me, and taking me from my family, and holding me in a concrete cage against my will, was geared towards preventing me from injuring another.
to the contrary, this attack on me at the hands of the city of Linton was geared towards injuring me, my reputation, my family's sustenance, but most importantly, it was geared towards depriving me of my liberty, a crime that is unforgivable at best. But in days past, the penalties for taking a man's liberty have risen to the level of death. And I think that shouldn't be forgotten. So with that, the whole purpose of that is I ask that you abolish this terrorist organization that is sponsored by the taxpayers of Linton, Indiana. If there's any questions or comments, I'd be happy to take them at this time.
Appreciate you coming before the council with your concerns. Their concerns have been heard. We have no intention of abolishing the Linton Police Department. We stand behind our law enforcement officers, and I would like to offer the floor to Paul Clark. If you have anything to say in rebuttal to the public comments, sir.
I would say that the public records in Mr. Henry's case speak for themselves. No need for me to make a comment.
That we haven't received after requesting.
I was talking about the probable cause affidavits, the warrants, and all of those things issued through the
Right,
courts.
but the video of you breaking into my home has still been, it's been withheld, right? You have not released this. Why?
This is not a place for the debate of this. It's
Right.
not a comment.
It's because he broke into my home and you guys allowed it to happen and you back it up. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
Sir.
Tony, you have a comment, sir?
Yeah, you have a comment from the council? I guess not. What I'd like to say is, the city council does not control the police department whatsoever. The police department itself has the chief and the answer to the mayor, and if there's a problem, I'm sure the police has a reason to do what they do. But then if there's a problem with it, it becomes a civil matter, or it will come from the Board of Public Works and Safety, not the city council. The Board of Works and Safety would handle if there is an issue. And like I say, I don't know what happened, sir. I mean,
Fair enough.
I'm sure if the police did not have probable cause or whatever, they wouldn't kick in doors. They don't like doing that.
It's all subjective, sir, but I would like to ask, you can not appropriate the funds if you wanted. You could just stop funding to this organization if you saw fit.
This ain't New York.
Right.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second it. Motion to make to adjourn, all in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.
What we just saw was the speech that got me charged with a Class B misdemeanor. Now, this is Class B misdemeanor is written up. The title of this Class B misdemeanor that they've charged me with is false informing. Now, I have not retained an attorney on this case. I am hoping to get some support from anybody who's willing. We need another $4,000 for this attorney. This is an absolute sham. I am going to be incarcerated for the foreseeable future. I will not be performing these fundraisers that are necessary. I'm going to be leaning heavily on the support of my allies in the activist community. Of course, they are few and far between. My friend Tyler is obviously my number one support pillar in this community, in this activism area. Tyler is going to take responsibility for this channel when he can. He also runs his own channel, Ty Reviews, and he does great work over there when YouTube doesn't totally demonetize him and prevent him from doing his job. So you're going to want to go check him out. You're going to want to keep up to date with the Henry channel. I would like to address some things. I've seen a lot of comments. I've gotten a lot of emails recently about the nationwide attack on activism that has really escalated. We just had a very, very big activist in Delete Laws, whether you agree with what he does, whether you would disagree with what he does, whether you agree with what he stands for, or whether you disagree with what he stands for. I highly doubt that anybody can say he's never made a positive contribution to society. And I highly doubt that people say that that guy's got a bad heart. And I don't think that it's right that he has just been sentenced to 180 days in jail. And make no mistake, this is what they want to do to all of us. This is the path of which they have decided to send us down. Because ultimately, we all started this for one reason. We knew that something was wrong. Some of us can't put our finger on it right now, but we know that something is wrong. And we want to make sure that we bring attention to it. Because we see the mainstream media, we see the lamestream media, we notice that they aren't covering what really matters most of the time. Most of the time, the topics that they speak about are literally staged 5,000 miles away from any of us. But we know that we want to bring attention to this, and that's why we do it. We don't do it to go out and cause problems. We don't do it to go out and ruffle feathers. We do it because, honestly, police, the government, it's far overreached. They will take your money. They will demand your respect. And when you don't give it, they'll use the money that you gave them to ruin you, to throw you in a jail, to pay a mercenary to hold a gun, to keep you in that jail cell. These people are the worst people in the world. And now, Tyler, I actually want to talk about the revocation of bond. And so I sent you a little message. We've got two pictures that I'd like to display for everybody. While Tyler's bringing that up, I want to show you all this. So my bond was revoked in Vermilion County, Indiana. This is on a felony stalking charge of which I am fighting. Now, we've made it clear to the judge, the defense, has made it clear to the judge from day one that we are willing to go to trial on it today. We're not trying to wait. And Tyler, can you zoom in a little bit on this here? I want to be able to show everybody what this is. Now, this is Indiana Code 35-33-8-5. And this is what they're quoting, by the way. This is directly from the petition to revoke, which was written up by the prosecution in this case. It reads, Indiana Code 35-33-8-5 states in part as follows. D, the court may revoke bail or an order for release on personal recognizance upon clear and convincing proof by the state that, while admitted to bail, the defendant E, committed a felony or a Class A misdemeanor that demonstrates instability and a disdain for the court's authority to bring the defendant to trial. Now, I have never had a failure to appear charge that was not dismissed immediately because I was the only reason you get a failure to appear charge dismissed on arrival is when you are incarcerated when you fail to appear, right? Because if you're incarcerated, you can't hop in your car and drive to the court hearing. So once the judge hears this, they have no other choice than to dismiss the failure to appear to court. And so every failure to appear that I've had at any court has always been dismissed. I've never been tried. I've never been charged with it formally. This stuff, this failure to appear is not in my history. I've never done it. I always show up to court, whether I agree with the charge or not. It's not up to me. I always show up to court. So the second one, this is the second one that they're saying is not the second picture, this one here, or that the defendant otherwise poses a risk to the physical safety of another person or the community, and then let's continue on, Ty. Can we go to the next one there? This one here is a combination of this is what the prosecutors say, by the way. None of this is what I'm saying. I'm reading to you what the prosecutors said in their petition to revoke. They are quoting the law, and then they're saying that they think that I meet the requirements in the aforementioned picture. They say a combination of the factors described in subdivisions 1 and 2 exists. The state believes that the defendant's actions meet the criteria of the aforementioned IC code set forth above. The state believes that the defendant's bond should be revoked and a warrant be issued for the defendant and hearing set on this motion, and the defendant be held in the Vermilion County Jail without bail. Now, of course, the judge gets his hands on this and he approves it as soon as he reads it, I guess. I don't exactly know what the process is. I guess they think that my activism is a massive danger to the government or something. But either way, they're trying to silence me, and it's affecting everybody. I mean, I don't like to bring on my family onto the YouTube channel. I don't usually. I think that Erica might have a few things to say to you all when I am incarcerated. And it's unfortunate that she even has to do that. She is carrying a child right now. She's stressed out enough. And these people want to do this to me. Now, there will be a few people in the comment section always that will try to blame me. They'll try to say, well, if you go out and you exercise your rights, you know that the government is going to throw you in jail. So why do you do it? And I say that that's the same as saying to a girl going out to party, well, you knew that you were dressing in a revealing manner. So why did you do that? If you had done that, perhaps you wouldn't have gotten abused or assaulted. And that is just as disgusting. That is disgusting. When people say that kind of stuff, it's disgusting. It's wrong. You cannot blame a victim for being assaulted in any manner, in any case. And that is what's happening here. I am a victim. I am being attacked by the state. They are going to criminally confine me. They are going to hold me without bail. That is contrary to the Indiana constitutional right to bail. I can't remember the exact article. But anyways, everybody, if I seem a little bit out of energy, I seem a little bit down today. The reason is, by the way, it's how you can take this off the screen. But the reason is because this is absolutely heart-shattering that this has happened. Now, I don't want to give everybody the image that, of course, like I wasn't prepared for this. Of course I'm prepared for this. These people are the most evil people in the world. It would be like the devil telling you he's going to take you to hell, and then you say to your friend, yeah, I don't really think so. But yeah, no, they mean business. They are not playing. And it's only unfortunate that as well as me having to stomach this punishment, which I can do about anything. I mean, I'm Craig Hendry after all. They can't break me. But it's unfortunate that my family will have to endure this pain, that my friend Tyler will have to endure this pain, that my kid, his mother, I might not be around for my newborn baby to be born. This is heartbreaking. It is unfortunate. With that being said, everybody, I don't want anybody to take this particular stream as me ignoring anybody else's issues. Chili DeCastro went to jail for 180 days today, or he went to jail sentenced to 180 days today. That is heartbreaking. That guy didn't really hurt anybody, so I can't understand that. Another issue, in Illinois, I recently read a comment from somebody saying that, I don't remember the exact county. We'll get the county. Somebody was held in contempt of court during a trial where he beat the charges, and now he has just gone to jail for 6 months. People are getting attacked all over the United States. I've watched recently, me and a few people close to me have watched recently the trial of the Chicago 7. And it's an interesting thing at the beginning of that movie, the gentleman, the news reporter, of course, I don't know his name. This stuff happened back in the late 60s, early 70s, I believe. Could be completely wrong. No, I believe it was the early 70s. And the man says, the news reporter says, the Democratic National Convention is about to begin in a police state. Well, if they thought that it was a police state back in 1970, I would be terrified to hear their opinion on the state of the union, on the state of this country today. It's scary, everybody. I want to make a static video that perhaps Tyler will be able to release or Erica will be able to release prior to me going to jail, because I want to connect to everybody. I want to show everybody I am an activist, but I'm also a real person. But with that being said, everyone, I think that we are going to end this live stream. Thank you for everybody for being here. Thank you, Ty, for helping me out with this. If you are concerned about what's happening in this case, I implore you, please hit the share button, share it to Facebook, share it to X, share it to your YouTube, share it everywhere. If you're a YouTuber, screen share it as far as I'm concerned. This is a very big issue, not only for me, but for my family. And if you were to find yourself on the wrong side of the police's feelings, this is the kind of stuff that they're gearing up to use on you. So be prepared, be aware, everybody, and be wary. The government will come and get you, just as they're going to come and get me. So with that being said, everybody, we're going to end it. Tyler, if you could press that end button. As a matter of fact, Tyler, why don't you come up here and say hi to everybody, man, right before we go, and then we'll head out, because Tyler just ran that whole stream. I'm sitting here with my phone. I don't have anything that I can run a stream. Without Tyler, I was going to not be able to bring you this information. So, Tyler, thanks for being here. Thank you for running the stream, my brother.
Man, it's my pleasure.
Thanks a lot, man. And Tyler, you said you are working on a long format video. It's going to be on Ty Reviews. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. I'm going to try to get it out by tomorrow. So
okay,
it'll be there around tomorrow midday.
All right, so everybody's going to want to go check that out. If you're not subscribed to Ty Reviews, go check it out, because Ty is in on this story. He knows exactly the ins and outs. He knows it better than anybody else. So if there's one person in a position to report on this or to give information, it's Ty, and that's going to be on his channel, Ty Reviews. So go check that out. Ty, thanks for running the stream tonight, and we'll see everybody else later.
Thank you, and thank you, everybody, for being here and supporting. See ya.
We'll see y'all later.